Realistically, it's all down to whether Putin believes this is a good deal for him as to whether this progresses any further. The Ukrainians are saying this is a good deal for them, but that's arguably because the deal that was first offered to them just around a week or so ago was often described as a Kremlin wish list of things that Ukraine would have to give up in order to get this peace deal. And they've managed to kind of reform it a bit more in their image, along with the help from various delegations that the Ukrainians have sent. They were just in Mar-a-Lago in Florida, talking to the administration on the sidelines of the Thanksgiving holiday here, and they've managed to narrow that 28-point plan down to more of about a 19-point plan. The details of it still very vague at the moment. It's believed, though, that the hang-up still that remains between the Ukrainians and the Americans is still on the question of security guarantees and also territory swaps. Now, the initial plan effectively called for Ukraine to give up all of the Donbas region. That would include some areas that the Russians haven't even captured, as well as Crimea as well. Now, it's believed that it's become more favorable to the Ukrainians, with Marco Rubio now being more positive in his wording of this deal towards the Ukrainians and Ukrainian sovereignty. But there is definitely still some gaps that remain. And the other gaps, that, again, like I said, are those security guarantees. The Ukrainians are worried about the Russians coming back for more later down the line. There has been various notions floated about a kind of safeguarding troop that would be made up of European soldiers, but that would have to be backed up by American firepower ultimately, and where we're landing on that still remains to be seen. So there is some work now to sell this to the Kremlin, but of course there was a story about a week ago that said that Steve Witkoff had been giving Vladimir Putin tips on how to deal with Donald Trump. So there'll be some worry from the Ukrainian camp as to whether Witkoff is the right person for the job to sell them this deal that the Ukrainians are hoping to get over the line.